Unit 4, Lesson 3 test. Number 1. Addison warms a pure solid substance. He records the change in temperature over time in the left-hand column of the following data table. In the right-hand column, he records the state of the substance. Which of the following could represent the missing values in Addison's data table? Hint, step 1. Think about the temperature at which a solid becomes a liquid, boils, and becomes gaseous. Step 2. Determine if the temperature will increase or decrease as the substance changes phases. A. X equals 50, Y equals 100, Z equals 50. B. X equals 50, Y equals 100, Z equals 150. C. X equals minus 50, Y equals minus 100, and Z equals minus 50. D. X equals minus 50, Y equals minus 100, and Z equals minus 150. Number 2. How is temperature related to heat? A. Temperature is a measure of the heat of an object. B. Heat causes a change in the temperature of an object. C. Raising the temperature causes the heat of an object to increase. D. Temperature and heat are two different ways to measure the same. Number 3. When holding a cup of hot chocolate, your hands become warm. Which of the following accounts for this increase in temperature? A. Radiation. B. Insulation. C. Convection. Or D. Conduction. Number 4. Sarah heats 2 cubes of aluminum to 50 degrees Celsius. Cube A has a volume of 4 cubic centimeters. Cube B has a volume of 2 cubic centimeters. If the cubes do not touch each other, which of these statements is true? A. Cube A has a higher temperature than cube B. B. Cube B has a higher temperature than cube A. C. Cube A has more thermal energy than cube B. D. Cube B has more thermal energy than cube A. Number 5. Which 2 units of measurement are commonly used to measure heat? A. Calorie and joule. B. Joule in degrees Celsius. C. Calorie in degrees Celsius. D. Degrees Celsius in degree Fahrenheit. Number 6. As Wilma holds a pan over a fire, the water begins to boil as shown in the figure below. Which process is indicated by the letter X? A. Radiation. B. Insulation. C. Convection. Or D. Conduction. Number 7. Which change of state takes place when a gas loses energy? A. Melting. B. Evaporation. C. Solidification. Or D. Condensation. Number 8. These 2 beakers contain different amounts of water. How does the temperature of the water in the large beaker compare or contrast with the temperature of the water in the small beaker? A. The water in the small beaker has a greater temperature than the water in the large beaker because the water in the small beaker has less mass. B. The water in the large beaker and the water in the small beaker have the same temperature because the thermometers show the same readings. C. The water in the large beaker has a greater temperature than the water in the small beaker because the water in the large beaker has more thermal energy. D. The water in the large beaker has greater temperature than the water in the small beaker because the water in the large beaker does not cool as quickly when heated. Number 9. These 2 beakers contain the same liquid substance at the same temperature. How does the thermal energy of the liquid in the large beaker compare with the thermal energy with the liquid in the small beaker? A. The liquid in the large beaker has less thermal energy than the liquid in the smaller beaker. B. The liquid in the larger beaker has more thermal energy than the liquid in the smaller beaker. C. The exact volume of the liquid in each beaker must be known to compare the thermal energies of the liquids. D. The liquid in the large beaker has the same amount of thermal energy as the liquid in the smaller beaker. 10. Which energy transfer takes place when water freezes to form ice crystals in the atmosphere? A. No energy is transferred. B. Energy is transferred from air into the water. C. Energy is transferred from the water into the air. D. Energy is transferred from the water into the ground. Number 11. Which of these choices best describes the thermal energy of a substance? A. The sum of kinetic energy of all the particles of a substance. B. The average kinetic energy of the particles that make up the substance. C. The total kinetic and potential energies of the particles of a substance. D. The difference between the kinetic energy and the potential energy of a substance. Number 12. How many calories are needed to raise the temperature of 1 gram of water by 10 degrees Celsius? To raise the temperature of 1 gram of water by 1 degree Celsius. Step 2. Multiply this by 1 grams and 10 degrees. A. 0.1 calories. B. 1 calorie. C. 10 calories. D. 100 calories. Number 13. Which of the following materials, if wrapped around an object, would best prevent the loss of energy as heat from the object? A. Copper. B. Gold. C. Iron. D. Plastic. 14. Which of the following materials, if wrapped around an object, would cause the object to lose the most energy as heat? A. Wood. B. Plastic. C. A sheet of copper. D. Foam packing material. Number 15. Carly puts a plastic spoon into a bowl of hot mashed potatoes, as shown in the figure below. Which of the following is most likely true of the spoon after 5 minutes? Hint. Step 1. Look at the temperature of the plastic spoon and the mashed potatoes. Step 2. Think about whether plastic is a good or poor conductor. Step 3. Think about how this type of conductor would cause the temperature to change. A. Its temperature decreases significantly. B. Its temperature remains relatively constant. C. Its temperature increases until it exceeds the temperature of the potatoes. And D. If the temperature increases significantly, but it does not exceed the temperature of the potatoes. 16. Which of the following is the transfer of energy as heat by the movement of liquid or gas? A. Radiation. B. Emission. C. Convection. D. Conduction. Number 17. What is the difference between a conductor and an insulator? A. Wood is a good conductor, but not a good insulator. B. Metal is a good insulator, but not a good conductor. C. A conductor transmits energy very well, while an insulator does not. D. An insulator transmits energy very well, while a conductor does not. Number 18. How many grams in a kilogram? A. 100. B. 1,000. C. 10,000. D. 1 divided by 1,000. Number 19. What are the two categories of pure substances? A. Elements and mixtures. B. Compounds and mixtures. C. Elements and compounds. D. Atoms and colloids. Number 20. What happens to the kinetic energy of particles in an object as the temperature increases? A. Kinetic energy increases. B. Kinetic energy decreases. C. Kinetic energy remains the same. D. There is no kinetic energy unless the object is moving.